Hello, and welcome to this new section on thinking with AI. In this course, thinking, deciding, and leading with AI. So, in this section, we will talk about how can you think with AI, you know, without losing your mind. And the first thing that we will talk about about that in this section is to start thinking first and then prompt, right? So question is, why thinking first and prompting second? What you need to do there and why. Let's take a look at that one by one. See, the most important thing in life is simple but difficult. And what is that? Especially when you're dealing with AI, is to think first and then prompt because it's very tempting to prompt and get an answer without exerting your mind. But you need to be mindful that if you don't exert your mind won't get exercised and the silent threat may be coming closer to you. So most important thing in this life is to think first and prompt second. Then how to think first and prompt second? Because it's a difficult thing. So how do you go about doing that? So before opening AI, whenever you open AI, stop, pause, and ask yourself a few questions, right? What are these questions? What do I believe is the problem? What is my initial judgment about the solution of that problem? And in coming at that, decision, what assumptions am I making? So ask these three questions. The problem, what's your solution that you are thinking? You are thinking, not you got from AI. And in that, what are your assumptions? So ask yourself these questions and then only open it. Now, what if your answers are not great? That's a common worry, right? Don't worry about that. Your answers don't need to be perfect. They need to be just yours because it's your mind that we want you to exercise. So, you can't build your muscles, muscles of the leg or arms by someone exercising for you, right? So, you need to build your muscles of the mind by answering yourself. So, don't worry about the answers being great. Just make sure that you answer before you open AI. And as we were saying, why do they need to be yours? Because thinking before AI, keeps your cognitive muscles active. Your muscles which can otherwise become atrophied, wasted, starts keeps in activity, and that keeps them alive and kicking. So what if you think after AI? Let's be the devil's advocate here, right? So thinking only after AI turns the judgment into justification. And there is a significant concern that over reliance on AI may lead to cognitive offloading and ultimately to cognitive atrophy, which will diminish human minds' critical thinking and force you and me to merely rationalize the decision already made by algorithms. So we want to become slaves of algorithms? And if we don't, then we need to apply a thinking before the algorithms give us the answer. And if we depend only on AI, that will reverse the traditional decision making process where human judgment precedes the justification. Now, you may choose for small, repetitive, or non critical decision to depend on AI. But significant major decisions, as you will see later on, also in this course, require for us to think first and then only ask AI for their opinion. So what do we do? What should you do is the question, right? Fine. I think I'm concerned about, my mind getting atrophied, my thinking getting atrophied. So I should think first and then ask AI. So what should I do to keep happening? So here we need to remember that AI should test your thinking, right? Not replace it. And hence, if we don't want our thinking to be replaced by AI, we need to think first and then get in touch with AI, right? So what do we do next now? So in the next lecture, we will take a look at, how to use AI as a challenger, not an answering machine. Because what we saw here is to keep our mind active, right, and cognitive thinking alive, we need to first answer and then tally answers or get feedback. And there, what we are doing is we are asking AI as a challenger, not an answering machine. So, how to do that is what we will discuss in the next lecture. So, thank you so much for watching this first lecture on thinking with AI without losing your mind. I hope you are continuing to learn new things, continuing to enjoy. And I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions, and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need to.